Chapter 5, Page 1. Hello, my name is Casper. At least, I think I was. I'm not like the others in this strange, stitched-together place, this book of agony and endings. Others here scream, others die, and I simply remain. I don't even know what I am anymore. A cat? A ghost? A thought? Or just a line of someone else's grief? This isn't the world I was born in. No, this is a world made of endings, of things that weren't meant to last. Day 1. I woke to the sound of the carrier's doors unlatching. I thought it was just another vet trip, a checkup, a few minutes of poke, back home again. But this time was different. The room was too quiet. The air smelled too clean. There were no smiles. I was placed on a cold metal table. A hand familiar, trembling, stroked my head. I leaned into it, confused, but comforted. My favorite person said something, but the words sounded like they were spoken from behind glass. Then I felt the needle, and everything began to slow. My lungs were trying to pull in air, but each breath was thinner than the last. My heart, the little drummer that never failed me, started to stutter. I looked up at the blurred face above me, searching, begging for understanding, but their eyes were already somewhere else. And then, quiet. I wasn't afraid to die. I was afraid you wouldn't be there when I did. Day 2. When I woke, the table was gone. The smell of antiseptic was gone. They were gone. I stood up, but my legs felt wrong. One dragged like it wasn't mine anymore, like I'd borrowed someone else's grief and stitched it to my own limbs. I was in a forest, but it wasn't green. The trees rose like claws toward a bleeding sky. Their bark peeled like burnt paper, and their leaves dripped crimson onto the ground that pulsed, alive and sticky, like breathing skin. That's when I saw them. A boy, a teenager, and something else. A rabbit, but not like any rabbit nature ever made. It stood taller than a man, its fur soaked red like meat left out in the rain, its eyes voids, its axe dragged behind it like a whisper of violence. The boy didn't scream when it hit him. He didn't have time. Just a sickening crunch, then silence. The rabbit turned and stared at me, and then the buzzing began, the fiending, needles in my skull, the sound of static and grief, and then I blinked. Suddenly, I was somewhere else. Day 3. The snow fell like ash, thick, slow, and endless. I stood in the center of an abandoned town, frozen in silence. The buildings slumped like forgotten thoughts, windows like blackened eyes. I walked. Each step sounded louder than it should have, like the world had been muted just for me. Then I saw him. A cat, larger than me, a Maine Coon in tattered clothes, his orange fur was patchy with frost. A crooked top hat sat on his head, like a remnant of a life he never finished living. He saw me. "Hello," he said, voice brittle like a leaf under snow. "My name is Jasper. I don't think I've seen you before." I stared into his tired eyes. "No, Jasper," I said. "You haven't. No one ever does. I died in a room full of people, and none of them stayed to say goodbye. A favorite person? He left before I was even gone. I died alone. So, tell me, what's the point of anything anymore?" He flinched. Something in my words touched a wound he'd hidden deep. I don't know either," he whispered. "I was in my house. Everything turned orange, and then red. I tried to get out, but the fire was everywhere. I screamed, but no one came. Then I woke up here. I've been looking for someone. Matthew. I need to find him." I looked away. My breath made no mist in the air. "Jasper, Matthew's dead, but he's the one that started the fire. He wanted you to die. He never loved you. I'm dearly sorry." He stood there, shaking like a statue about to collapse. "No," he said, but he didn't sound sure. He turned from me, his form fading like smoke. I knew to go. Then he was gone. Isn't it cruel how love is the thing that keeps us alive, and the lie that kills us the slowest? Day 4. I can move between places now, not by choice. I close my eyes and open them elsewhere, but I'm trapped. There's no way back to the real world, if that place was ever real at all. Everywhere I go, I see people, creatures being torn from life. Not killed, but erased. Blood that seems in unnatural colors, screams that echo like laughter, shadows that walk like people and whisper like gods, and those voices, always there, murmuring just beneath the silence. They narrate my every step, every breath, not from around me, but from within me. I'm not real. I was never real. I'm a character in someone's story, and I think I know who wrote me. I looked up. The sky split open like paper. Words blazed in jagged white fire. This book was created by Nikolai. Nikolai, he loved me once. Or maybe I just believed that. He made me, and then he left me here. Do you know what it's like to be written by someone who forgets you? It feels like dying every time the page turns. I looked down, my paws were ash. The snow began to melt under me. My fur dissolved, bit by bit, into black dust. And still, the voices screamed. Names I didn't recognize, but felt like mine. The sky turned from red to black, and the forest returned, and then the blood returned. And I returned, but I'm not the same. I'm forgotten. I'm not dead. I'm a sentence with no period, a soul that keeps being rewritten. My story didn't end. It just kept going, even when it should have stopped. My soul never moved on.